Rated B, by the way.
Hey, what is going on, Blerdsters? We are back, and sorry for the delay, but we're here. We're here to present to you Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. And I will say, we got some stuff for y'all today.
Yeah, right. We got some stuff to talk about.
Right. But as always, I'm your host, K1, and this is your co-host.
Shalon, what's up, Blerdsters? How it's going?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, of course, in fashion, like we always do, we give y'all a week to go out and see it before we drop our review or whatever, and this isn't any different. So, I will say for me, I went to my old and trusted theater. I hit like a 10 a.m. show. I was trying to beat people out. I didn't want to have to deal with no kids. I just want to get in, get out, and
go
to the show. So, I'll definitely say this has been one of the better movies in Marvel as of late.
Okay. For sure. Yeah,
it definitely kind of pulled me and took me back to like 2010 and all that.
Yeah.
So, okay, all right, this is decent. Yeah, so I'll definitely say I enjoyed it, and I love how not only was it just funny like it normally is or whatever, it actually had some depth to it. There's some depth to it. I was like, damn, some of this stuff a little dark. I like it.
A little dark, heavy. Yeah.
Let's do this. Yeah, let's do this.
Yeah. It was definitely one of the better ones. I went did a matinee like you did, try to get in, get out, without all the kids, the children. And it definitely for phase 4 is definitely, or is it phase 5? If I'm not tripping.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Damn, I'm trying to think because I saw something where we were in phase 5. Either way, don't roast us for this. We know we try. We try it. Phase 4, phase 5, whatever. Just the past year, a few years or so, it's been definitely one of the better movies. I thought it was very enjoyable. I loved the darkness, the heaviness of it. I love that we got a deeper understanding of Rocket's background and the past. And it has some funny moments. Some were cringier than others, but I mean, you kind of expect that going into a Guardians of the Galaxy movie.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Some of the fight sequences were super dope. I love that they tied up some loose ends, but that is expected of the end of the trilogy. So the one thing I wanted to get into, or we can wait. Adam Warlock, is up to you, co-host. I'm kind of ready to get into it, but I'm because we talk.
Yeah,
we can save it. It's up to you.
Let's get them out of the way.
Okay. So I'll just say my piece. I'm not super familiar with Adam Warlock. However, I did my research, and just to sum it up, he is a badass. Essentially, this dude can. Right. When he gets stronger, I read that he's like supposed to be able to move faster than the speed of light. He has all these different cool powers. Like he can legit take energy and like use it to like defeat enemies, and like he's cool. He's strong, and he has legit went toe to toe with Thanos multiple times and beat him. like he's that. So I felt like in Marvel fashion, it's nothing against James Gunn or whatever. The movie was honestly great overall. But of course, they wimped out on Adam Warlock. He started out cool, like he was beating their ass now. He damn near killed Rocket. Essentially, he did kill Rocket. Rocket flatline.
Right.
But it's like then they did this whole wimp out thing, and that kind of made me disappointed, because I'm like, damn. I'm gonna let you take over.
So here's my thing. When I saw the person they was choosing to play Adam Warlock, I already knew off rip. I'm like, yeah, he's gonna be a little funny acting, because just the character, because I know the character. Like, I'm talking about all the way back from when he was in like Narnia and all that. Like, I know the character. So I'm just like, yeah, he's a funny little guy or whatever. Yeah. So man, he definitely busted through, came through, ripped and everything or whatever, grabbed a rocket, wasn't saying nothing. Like, he ain't himself or nothing. He just coming, putting holes in walls and shit. And he's like, hey, yo, like, so he came through, and I mean, he set his presence or whatever when he came through or whatnot. So I mean, I will say, like, okay, all right, boom, this is different. Nobody just bust through like that in Guardians, like that. What's going on here? And but then I went back to, his skin, like his golden skin and all that. And then it hit. I'm like, oh, so he a part of this clan here. I was like, they was already funny acting in volume. So I was like, if they're funny acting and then knowing that character, I was like, I already know what it's gonna be.
Yeah. Is when you start to slowly put it together, like, is almost like it's expected, because like you said, and I forgot the name of these people, but the golden skin people, they already was goofy acting, and we saw that at the second movie.
Right.
And then so you bring him in, and he's supposed to be more of this. The way they promoted it, first of all, in the trailer and the previews, this is supposed to be essentially the big bad person, I thought, but honestly ended up turning into the high evolutionary.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, well, damn. So when they set it up that way, I was like, okay, so I see what they're doing. Normally when they do things like, they kind of do like the fake out where you thinking someone's supposed to be the big bad and then it's this person. Then you see where the essentially the big bad turns good, or they kind of goof up his character. So I wasn't surprised that they did it. I just feel like it was a waste of Adam Warlock, like, essentially.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying, because I mean, like when he came through the door, like seeing the trailers, I knew he wasn't gonna necessarily be the big bad per se, because he's always kind of been a man of righteousness type deal.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what I'm saying or whatever. So I was like, all right, I already know he's not gonna be the big bad, but how's he gonna intertwine into the universe? Because I think when they actually introduced him for real was in Eternals. I think at the end of the Eternals, that's where they introduced him or whatnot. So I thought those universes were going to collide at some point in this movie or whatever, and it didn't go down how we thought it was going to go down. So I mean, it kind of was what it was, but when he came through, busted through and everything, I mean, pretty much the Guardians have built themselves a utopia. So he pretty much came through and disrupted their utopia.
Yeah, he fucked shit up.
like, can we at least fly down and give reasons why you here? You just busted through, tearing down, buildings, tearing down this, kids screaming, you don't give a damn. Like, just...
no words were spoken. He just came through and fucked shit up. Like, and like I said, he killed Rocket, essentially. Like, he fucked shit up. And I was sitting there like, because from a Guardians of the Galaxy movie, this, to me, it was unexpected, because normally we get the fights and the seriousness to an extent, but this was more so like, oh shit, like, they actually getting hurt out here. Like, I've never felt that sort of tension before in other movies. So I think they did a great job in the beginning showing, his strength and how he moves and everything like that. And maybe in the future, because not to jump too far ahead, but fuck it, he's part of the new, I guess, reimagined Guardians now, consist of Rocket, Groot, Adam, and is her name pronounced Ryla? I think the little girl.
I think so.
I read up on her, forgot exactly who she's someone's daughter, but anyways, I hope in the future we get to see like more of like his power, because things I read up on this dude, like, he's insane. Like, the fact that he possesses like strength and speed and like like I even read that he can be killed, but he can't truly die, as death cannot even like claim his soul. Like that is insane. So I pray, MCU, please do not fuck this up. Yeah. They got the blueprint out for you. I just want to see more of him, because it's cool. Like you said, he's like more on the side of righteousness. That's kind of how he is. He's kind of, and I think at even point in the comics, he kind of separated himself to be like the person that doesn't see right or wrong. He kind of just looks at things from a logic standpoint, which is logical. So I'm excited to see. I know we talked about it before, and I was kind of like, eh. But after doing more research, I was like, you know what? It could work. It could work.
Yeah. Because I mean, I know essentially, like, I'm thinking this is maybe just the beginning stages of his story. Maybe if they do dive into it, because essentially he's supposed to have a soul stone right here.
Right.
I think he had the soul stone. Yeah, I mean it's an indentation on his head, but I don't think he has it yet, because with everything that preceded him, that should be destroyed. So I don't know how that's gonna come into play or whatnot. But we have yet to see, and we'll try to figure out what's going on, because like you said, towards the end, he is now part of the new Guardians of the Galaxy, and let's be honest, he's gonna probably be the strongest one in the Guardians of the Galaxy or whatever. So it'll be interesting to see if they actually expound on him and don't pretty much make him a wimp. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because even the stone, like I even read up on that. That has a consciousness apparently, and it has like a hunger for life energies and just beings. And so to see that also, that would be cool to kind of see how he uses the stone, if that ever came about, and how they even talk about it. Because like you said, the whole Infinity War thing, like how does he even have it at this point? Are they going to show him getting it, or who knows? So I think it opens up like a big world just to see how he navigates, and are they going to expand off of that? So I'm excited. I'm excited for the character. I hate that they went down on us in Guardians. I felt like it was expected, but it is what it is.
Right.
Yeah.
Man, we talked about this so much, as far as these MCU right now, whatever. It's like they just dangling fruit. Like they know what we want, but they just dangling that fruit. It's like, you gonna get there, but you gonna wait till we drop it.
Right.
It's like, all right.
Yeah. I'm even excited. I read that at one point he even gets the Infinity Gauntlet, and he becomes like a goddamn supreme being of the universe type shit. Like, so, but damn, it's kind of like a part of me feels like, could they even still do the Infinity Gauntlet stuff, because we've already had the Thanos Infinity War stuff. So like, did they miss an opportunity to give that to us? Should we have gotten Adam Warlock back in when did Infinity War, 2018 or something? Like, did they miss an opportunity to give us that, or could we still possibly have that? Because that would be cool.
I mean, with the universe, I mean, really anything is possible, because you got to think, if we're taking it back to Thanos, you got to think, at one point he had a gauntlet, he destroyed his gauntlet. Iron Man had a gauntlet that could take on those stones or whatever have you. They had to go back in time, regain the stones again, and have that gauntlet. So literally anything can happen. If they decide to make a move and say, hey, we're going to bring the gauntlet back and put it back into play, then it's going to be put into play. But then I guess too, when you got things like, let's say the TVA going on, like the gauntlet ain't shit to the TVA.
Yeah, that's true.
Like stones and paperweights and all that stuff. So it's just like, it can really go either way. It just depends on how they want to spin it.
Yeah, because that also gives you something to think about. Because after watching Loki and seeing people in the TV are legit keeping stones as paperweights after the devastation that big man Thanos laid out on the universe, that's just that's crazy. So it's kind of like, it really, honestly, it makes me look at the Infinity Stones and the Infinity Gauntlet in a different light, because it's like, is it really a threat for real? Like, at this point,
because it seemed like it's it's almost like we went through all that just for the stones to not be nothing. Because when
I
was watching Loki and they was like, oh yeah, we use these as paperweights. Like, paperweights. The fate of the world was about to be destroyed. What do you mean paperweight?
Right.
So just
It's crazy. It's crazy. So yeah, those questions that need to be answered. I'm pretty sure they'll try to like give us more of the Adam Warlock stuff, but there's so many different ways they could go with his character. I mean, he even has like a evil I think, what is it called? I think they said like when he split himself into like the good and the evil side so he could remain like the logical person, like the evil side turned into like its own entity as Magus. I think it's Magus, if I'm pronouncing that right. I feel like I'm pronouncing it wrong. Blerdsters, help me out. But he's supposed to be like an evil, older version of Adam Warlock. So, and then the good side is called the Goddess. So, I mean, it's so many different ways they could go with this character. So, when I was reading, I was like, okay, I'm getting excited. So,
right.
We'll see, man. But what did you think, since we're on Adam Warlock, what did you think about the High Evolutionary, the actor? I think it's Chakudi. Damn, please don't crucify me. I'm trying to get his name right. I think it's I believe he's African, so I think when I looked it up to pronounce it, it was Chakudi or Chakudi. I can't remember, but anyways, what did you think about his character?
He was a nasty man. I'm gonna say he was a nasty man. Like, you know, at some points where you thought he would give grace or he had sympathy for the creatures that he was creating or whatever was going on, he pulled the rug out from under you. You know, because like even with Rocket, you know, Rocket was Rocket was essentially one of his children per se. So, you know, he was training Rocket. He was showing Rocket different things, whatever. Had Rocket sitting on his lap. So I'm like, oh, all right, cool. This is the, you know, daddy, son bonding type. You know? And he was like, yeah, no, you really ain't shit for real. Like, you my creation. You really ain't. Like, I was like, what? I was like, God damn. I'm like, all right. And then, you know, so when he took Rocket to the room where he was having these issues trying to create the creatures, Rocket was like, oh, you just got to change that out. You got to move that here. You got to put this here. And he was pissed. He was like, nigga, how do you know that? How do you know that? And I don't even know that. I created you. And I was like, like, but you could definitely, like, what I'm going to say is, like, and y'all can crucify me for this. So with the whole Jonathan Majors thing going on, he could possibly be a variant. And you could get away with it. He was giving Kang energy, so like you could get away with making him a variant if they so choose to decide that, you know, at this point. So, but he was an interesting character.
Yeah, I definitely, because I saw some other people start to say he could be essentially the new Kang, if, you know, hopefully, I don't know what's going on with the Jonathan Major stuff. Whatever's happening with that, but some people were saying, hey, you know, he would be a good Kang, make him a Kang variant, I could definitely see that, because I think he definitely possesses some characteristics of Jonathan Major's portrayal, and I feel like it wouldn't be too far off where people would be like, I don't know. And I feel like he could also
same concept.
Right, and he could also add like his own flavor to the character, so I'm here for it. But overall, I thought he did a great job. Honestly, he's already a dope ass actor. Anyway, I've seen him in like a few other things, but he definitely gave me the okie doke, because at first you're thinking like he's kind of like, you know, second daddy to Rocket, or essentially his daddy, because you know he helped birth Rocket that we know, this super smart, tactical, weaponized creature. So you slowly see him like losing his marbles and shit. Like you said, Rocket just came in and was like, oh yeah, you just got to do this, that, and the third, and it's like nothing. However, people could crucify me. I kind of have a little issue with that. And I'll say this, after doing my research on the High Evolutionary, he's supposed to be like one of the smartest people like in the universe. Rocket is obviously in his own right super smart, but the way, and I could be wrong, but the way that I read as far as like his characters in his character in the comics, he's supposed to be like super duper smart. I mean, like too smart for his damn good smart. So I get it. The movies are different from the comics, and directors and writers and producers have every right to kind of deviate a little bit. But I think my only issue with that is like, is Rocket really supposed to be smart in the High Evolutionary?
I mean, I just feel like it was an engineering thing. Like, you have some of the smartest people, and there's just some like certain things they just can't get, no matter how smart they are, and it might just be something small. And I think with Rocket's character, I mean, he's essentially an engineer. Like he even he put together that arm for
Bucky, Winter Soldier, right?
Well, yeah, and I think he repurposed it and then gave it to old girl. Well, I can't remember her name right now. Gamora's sister. God
damn it.
We gonna stop this. I'm pulling
Nebula.
So he fashioned her another arm or whatever, and so he was able to refigure it, make that arm for her or whatever. So I think from an engineering standpoint, he is pretty smart. And like I said, I think that's what really was throwing the evolutionary off. Like, nigga, I created a whole planet, and you mean to tell me I couldn't figure this out? Like,
yeah.
And that's what really pissed him off. So yeah, I mean, essentially, like, it was a hurt to his ego. Like, I'm too smart to not have figured this out.
Yeah.
You know what I
mean? Yeah. Yes. And disclaimer, no, the Wakandans, I think, made Bucky's arm the second go around.
Yeah. No. Yeah. They made his arm second go round, but yeah. And then he got the arm. He got the previous arm. He didn't get the Wakanda arm. He has the previous arm.
Okay, got you. Yeah. I was just trying to make sure, people be like, wait, they don't know their
No. It's always Wakanda forever over here. Come on now,
right. But yeah, I think that was something important I took from it, because I feel like it is how people nowadays kind of be, is like you build something and essentially comes out better than you are. So he's kind of like, well, and then he starts looking at him like an animal, like you nothing but like some lower than me creature, and you're over here figuring out things. And it's just essentially that's like the premise of his character. He took animals who he felt were lower life forms and tried to make them into the perfect beings. Right. And so to see someone like Rocket, who he essentially was kind of nurturing to him, because he still was like a dick, low key, like like he would be nice to him, but he still had that kind of like, but to see him figure out something, like, and he kind of did it nonchalantly, it was really interesting to see him lose his marbles. And then next thing you know, he's like, oh, well, no, you can't come with me to the what did he call it, like the new world or whatever that they were looking forward to. And then saying, oh, well, I'm gonna kill your friends and I'm gonna take your brain and extract it so I can see how I just not seeing it as, dude, like, this is a product of your genius. Like, you essentially made this creature, so you should be happy. Kind of like a parent, like you have kids and then you see them excel in something even better than you. Instead of being jealous or upset, you'd be like, damn, I made this. So it was interesting to see that for sure.
Right. Because, I mean, I will say, too, I think Rocket's mind, I think what was the biggest thing about his mind was it was a developmental mind. And the other mind that he tried to create after Rockets was not developmental. And he wanted that. He was like, I want to take that. I want to pick to my supreme beings, essentially, so they can grow and learn. Because essentially everything after Rocket was just doing the base minimum of whatever it is they were programmed to do. So, but I will say, I think the evolutionary is from Earth. Like, I don't understand any other reason why he would take animals from Earth. He would create another Earth. I would like to get deeper into his backstory and figure out, like, what's his push to create this new planet, new Earth.
Yeah, and damn, I've read up on him. So he is an alien geneticist. So I'm guessing he may be from another planet. And he's the founder and CEO of the intergalactic bioengineering company, ArgoCorp. And so, like what I said, he enhances what he considers lower life forms into the perfect species. So that's just a little bit of his background. So, and then Counter Earth, I think I read up on Counter Earth and why he made it, but I had to do more research on it. It's the story behind why he made Counter Earth and all that good stuff. But what I was gonna say, the scene. What did you think about the scene with the Rocket's friends? Because I know there was a lot of backlash that I read. Of course, people talking about their kids going to see their kids. I think you sent it to me.
The kids. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. About the kids and people seeing like the furry animals, and I'm like, man, come on now. We ain't see no blood, I don't think. It was definitely, it was dark for sure. But I mean,
and that's one thing I can say about it. Like, they was teetering the line. Like, if they wanted to, they could have made this rated R. Like, they were just teetering that line. But because like even when Ebla, like, she was looking at the video of Rocket made or whatever, she was like, that's worse than what Thanos did to me. I'm like, worse than what Thanos did to you? I was like, what? I was like, no, I gotta see that. Like, y'all need to deleted scene. I need to see that.
Yeah. Right, because I mean, the way she talked about Thanos removing eyes and taking this and taking that, and the fact that she was saying, oh, what we see is worse than, I'm like, well, damn, can we see a little bit of it? Like,
just give me a little peek. Like, I just want to see a little
peek, some. Yeah. So I didn't feel like, I'm with you. I feel like they were kind of teetering the line between PG-13 and rated R. It definitely felt, like we said, it was more on the darker side of Guardians of the Galaxy, which I loved, because I always say, like, I wish Marvel would kind of find the balance between having the funny moments and then being serious. So I feel like the second Guardians of the Galaxy, I didn't care for it. Really, I feel like it was just too goofy, and it didn't have enough of those. Besides Mondu, right? Besides him dying, Yondu, my bad, Yondu. Besides him dying, I felt like it was just too many goofy, cringy moments. So for this see this movie, it was refreshing to see more of those serious moments.
Yeah, because I mean, looking at this one and looking at the previous one, you can see that kind of scene where they kind of messed up at and they tried to fix it and, closing some of those gaps. Because I mean, the first one, I would have loved it if, Star-Lord would have kept his powers. But, I know it's probably a reason for that or whatever, story, fuck it, they just got to take away his powers. But, I do think they definitely, took bits and pieces from, honestly, I want to say bits and pieces from the previous phase and sprinkle them in here so we can have a decent film or whatever. Because even Drax is always the comic relief or whatever, but you at least saw more of his strength in this movie than you had seen in any other one. Because, like, the first one dropped or whatever, he was getting his ass whooped. Yeah, but in this one, you could actually see his strength. Like, okay, Drax be throwing motherfuckers, like, so.
Yeah, and I was like, right, and I was like, finally, because his character anyway is supposed to be a badass too. So it's like they kind of pumped him out too. So it was nice to see, even though he still was a silly self, like you said, we got to see more of just that strength that I feel like was supposed to see. And then we also got to see, I think it was a beautiful side as well too, with the whole father thing, knowing that, his family was killed. So that was really nice to see. What did you think about the whole Gamora thing? Because I'm not gonna lie, I was a little shocked that her and Peter didn't end up together, which I probably shouldn't have, because I think everybody was expecting it. So the fact that they didn't, it does make sense. But what did you think about it?
Like, it was interesting to jump back into it because, like, I'm not gonna say, it's been a minute since that part of it when they got back together, whatever, when they got this new Gamora from another, not another universe, but another past, essentially.
Yeah, timeline,
so to jump back into that, I was like, oh yeah, that's right. She don't know you for real. and then him trying as he might, like, Shawty, see me, like, come on, you love me, like, come on, like, I'm doing everything I can to let you see me. And so throughout the whole film or whatever, it's back and forth, back and forth. You're like, yeah, you see how charming I am? Or you remember when we used to do this? Like, bro, she is not the same Gamora.
Yeah.
Like, I guess that's what kind of not irritates me, but it's just like, that ain't her, bro. Like, I know you hate to see it, but it's not her. You know, Nebula understands that. Everybody else understands that, but you just won't let it go. You know?
Yeah. Like, I think I wouldn't be surprised if maybe in the future they kind of end up to get, maybe they revisit that, because it was like they kind of did show moments where you could see it still kind of there, but I think they're probably like, let's tell different stories for now, and then perhaps in the future we could revisit it, because then they were like, Star-Lord will be back, so maybe they will have them cross paths again. But I will say, and I think I told you this, I like this version of Gamora the best than the other ones. I just felt like it was just something different about her. I liked how she didn't take no shit, and I think, to me, it was like, I felt like she had probably the most sense out of everybody at certain moments. Now, there was sometimes they were like, hey, chill out, and I agree, but there was other times she was just like, no, like, what y'all, like, I came here to get a job done, what y'all
right I mean, they definitely took it back to when you first met her, because when you first met her, she was no nonsense. She was trying to get a job done and things of that nature, and she's the same in this one, because I mean, most of the time she's literally the voice of reason in some of the situations they got going on, because everybody's just like, oh yeah, that's right, this ain't the same her, so she don't know how he operates. So therefore, whenever they do stupid shit, she's like, what? Why? Just go. Like, the transport's right here. Why are we doing all this or whatever?
Right.
We got a plan. And she's just like, oh.
Right. Then,
but then she made a dumb mistake when they had. Well, that's me going too far, but I'll come back to that. But but yeah, I did like seeing her, be that way or whatever, being a voice of reason, and I think she brought more serious to the movie. I think that's what came with her, was the seriousness of it all. Because like I said, even with Nebula, like Nebula understood, like, this is still my sister. It might not be the same one I remember that helped me to get and be a part of Guardians of the Galaxy or whatever, but this is still my sister. And it's funny how that dynamic shifted, because Nebula ain't fuck with anybody at first, and now she's all for the team, all for saving everyone, and she's just down for whatever.
Yeah, which was really cool to see that you see Nebula. I'm happy you brought that up, because it's like, when we see her from the very beginning, when they first introduced her, I could not stand her. Even in Endgame, her other timeline self, I was like, this bitch is annoying. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, and it had to be her. But no, it was really nice to see her her character development from then to now, to see how she was like telling Gamora, like, Rocket is family too. Like, I'm not finna let him die. Like, he did a lot for me. He helped fix me up. He did this, that, and the third. Like, so I don't know what you want, but I'm over here. So it was nice to see that nicer side of her, which I'm not surprised, because can you still hear me?
What's up?
Okay, yeah, your video went off for like a quick second, so I didn't know if you could still hear me or not. But you good now?
Oh, yeah, I'm good. I'm still seeing my video. I'm good on my end.
Okay, cool.
All right, you see me, right?
Yeah, I can see you.
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
You good? Cool. Okay, but yeah, it's just overall what I was saying is it was just nice to see that character development of Nebula.
For sure.
Yeah.
And I was going to ask you too. So, what did you think of the shootout, essentially, when they got into the facility and everything like that? What did you think about the shootout?
That was dope. The whole like fight sequence thing they did.
Not that one. That's going towards the end. The one where they made it into the what you want to call that place, wherever they had to go retrieve that thing in that nucleus or whatever. Remember when they had to jump out the ship? They had to
okay, yeah, and they had to damn, I know what you're talking about. And they had to kind of like trick the lady into like giving Quill something so he could do something. I know what you're talking about. That
so yeah, that code.
Yeah, the code. Yeah, it's the kill switch and all that other stuff for Rocket. I liked it. I always think that Guardians have like the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, my bad, have the greatest, like, well, I won't say the greatest, but they have really cool, like, action sequences and everything. And I was looking for that because up until that point, it wasn't slow, but we didn't really have, like, a lot of action sequences. So to see that, it was cool because it was like a mixture of they had like funny moments and there was serious moments. Like, for instance, I thought they killed Drax at one point. One of the dudes.
I thought he was gone. I thought he was gone.
I thought he was gone. I was like, oh, so this is the person who was gonna die. Because remember, we were hearing rumors that it was either Drax or Rocket. Because the Dave Bautista already said he wasn't coming back. So I was just like, oh shit. And I think that's where like some of the darkness came from, because I was surprised they were kind of showing us that type of energy in a movie. I was like, oh, I thought Drax was dead.
Yeah, that man was down bad. Like, I was like, the way they was going about, I was like, damn, like, you know.
Yeah.
Girl over there trying to lift them up, like, Drax, no, because they the best friends. And I was just like, is this really about to happen?
Right.
Like,
I was like, I think Drax gone. Drax look kind of dead. I don't know.
Right. Like,
yeah, but no, it was really, I liked it. It was really cool. I feel like it had like the perfect mix of, like, from even when they first was in the room where they snuck into, and then the soldiers or the men or the guards, they kind of had their funny moments where they like, you know, it's always one I got to deal with. Like, I thought that was
funny as fuck.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, it was a really dope a sequence. Is it too late to go to the other action sequence with them fighting? Because that was dopest part of the movie to me. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, let me explain this part just real quick, because so like we said, you know, they went to this facility to get the code for Rocket or whatever. So, you know, like we saying, going back to the beginning, Adam Warlock damn near got, you know, Rocket half past dead or whatever. So while they trying to make sure he's okay and everything like that, they notice there's something on his heart that's like a switch that will kill him if, you know, disrupted or whatever. So they had to get a code in order to unlock it so they could do what they need to do to save him, because they really had all the equipment they need to save him, but because of that switch, it stopped them from trying to save him. So essentially, going to that facility to retrieve that information, and then that's where it leads out into them finding the high evolutionary and all that, and that's where we at with it or whatever. But go ahead.
Yeah, quick recap. But I just wanted to say, I thought that was one of the coolest action scenes. Other people may probably be like, oh, like you reaching, but no, I thought legit it was like one of the coolest action sequences. I won't say period, but just since phase 4 has started, I thought it was really cool. Because it's like, essentially it felt like you were going through the battle and being a spectator and and just seeing like, you're like, oh, this, it was cool. I loved it.
Right. I mean, because you can't beat a classic. Like, that's a recipe that don't miss. When you're doing a hallway fight scene and everybody messed up, because it gave you what's that movie? Gentlemen. Kings something. What am I thinking about? No.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyways, y'all know what movie I'm talking about. I can't think of it right now. I can't pull it out. But it's something about the King's Gentleman movie, whatever. So there was a scene where, you know, Kingsman. There it is.
Yeah.
Kingsman. So the first Kingsman, you know, there was that scene in the church or whatever where Buddy was killing everybody. That's what the hallway scene gave you. Yeah. Like, things was going everywhere. You following the fight.
Right.
Getting torn off. You was just like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
So that was a good scene. And then in this scene right here, the hallway scene is really like towards the end. And they're going to save Rocket, because he's essentially wait a minute. We missing a piece. So I think they finally got the code. Yeah, because Rocket was in there fighting with him. So they had finally got the code, and Rocket is, you know, now better. So he's with him, and he's fighting through this horde of villains and stuff or whatever to get to the high evolutionary and get out of there or whatever, because, you know, essentially, that's the gap. That's the gap that we're missing. So the Council Earth. That's where they landed at. The counter Earth has these beings which look like they're human, but they're animal fused humans or whatever have you. So they get there and they're trying to go confront the evolutionary or whatever. What did he do?
He like blew the damn planet up too.
He was in the midst of blowing it up, but
yeah,
why they had to go back up there.
Damn, what is it? Because it was so much that was happening. I can't remember why they went back to. Why did they go there for?
Because you know what? So when they arrived there on Counter Earth, Rocket was still on the ship. Yeah, okay, there it is. All right, so boom. Let me backtrack backtrack just a little bit. So the facility there was in to get the information they needed for Rocket to unlock, the little thing that's on his heart or whatever. It was taken. So one of the higher revolutionaries flunkies went and got that information because they knew they was going to go try to retrieve it or whatever.
Yeah.
So fast forward, here you are on Counter Earth now where his flunky is there as well or whatnot, and they're there to get the information off the flunky. Yeah. So that's the only reason why they're there, first off to get there to him or whatnot. So they finally make it there and they come in or whatnot, and everybody telling Quill, it's a trap, right? He waiting for you. He's like, it's not a trap, it's a stand.
Yeah.
Oh, like
this dude right here. Yeah.
So like, all right, you say so.
Right, and then the high evolutionary ends up because I think that when they were driving, which was hilarious because Peter didn't know how to drive a car. They seeing like these half animal humanoid creatures. They selling crack and doing all.
I was like,
someone getting mugged.
Shit, better, bro. Like I was
like, yo, this is Atlanta. This is literally
what it look like. You look like you riding through the city because I mean, damn.
It's a normal day. This is a normal day in the city. like, I think Peter told him like, yo, we just saw somebody dealing drugs, and the high evolutionary was like, yo, I'm gonna start over. I'm about to just level this shit and start over. And this dude blew up the planet. Old girl, Adam Warlock's mother got killed in the damn explosion. He didn't care. He was just like,
no, he ain't give a fuck. He was like, oh yeah, no, we about to hit reset. Like, GG's. All right, let's go ahead and knock this out. Yeah. Because his facility, whatever, it just looks like a regular, like facility or whatnot.
Yeah.
Come to find out, it's a whole drill inside of the planet or whatnot. So when he decide, hey, I'm done with this shit, all right, dude, move on to the next one.
It was the apocalypse. This dude is essentially, he is God. He made the planet. He was like, hey, I'm about to start over. Y'all are not doing what I brought y'all here to do. Y'all are corrupt. So I got to start over. That was really, to me, that showed me how really ruthless and careless he was. Like, for him to, like, blow up a whole planet and just be like, fuck it, I'll start over. There was kids on this planet. There was babies on this planet.
He didn't give a damn.
He didn't give a damn.
He said, let's restart this. I'm gonna put it or whatever, because, when Quill and his team got down there or whatever, the language, I don't know what they're speaking. I forgot what they said they're speaking, but whatever it is a language they couldn't understand. So they tried to best communicate with people and everything like that, because you got to think, essentially, this is their plan, and you come in there, they try to figure out what you want, because to them, you're an alien. They're like, whoa, what's going on? What's going on here? Because Quill, oh, you gonna talk about it? Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, if you got away from it, the funny moment. Drax dumbass. They get off the ship.
Drax ain't
good girl, then she like throw the ball. So you thinking, of course, in Guardians of the Galaxy fashion, the little girl throws him the ball. So you think he gonna playfully throw it, but this dude throws the ball in the little girl's head and she get knocked out. I'm like,
yeah, because they made it sound like a little heartwarming moment at first. It's like, like she threw you the ball, you gonna throw it back? He's like, yeah, I'll throw it back. Pow! I was like, oh,
pow. Yo, that was so funny. That was so funny. But, funny.
Of course, everybody took it as disrespect. Like, what the hell? Who are you people like that? So.
Oh God, yeah. That was funny, and I also loved while we were in Counter Earth, when we talked about it. I was surprised to see them drop an F-bomb in there, because normally, you know, even though it's PG-13, they're pretty, you know, we'll get the shits and the bitches and, you know, all that other stuff, but you don't ever get like a legit F-bomb. So it was funny because it was so unexpected and just random. Like, I was not expecting him to be like, just open the fucking door. Like, and it's like, it's funny because you being an audience member, you're kind of thinking the same thing, like, open the fucking door, just open it. Like, so that I loved it. I think it's the first little baby step into giving us more of the growner PG-13. So it was, I liked it. It was cool.
Right, for sure. Because I mean, with most PG-13s or whatever, they got the ability to at least drop 2 F-bombs. You know, they have that window. They just got to know where to place it, and that was well placed because, you know, we just sitting there watching. She's struggling to open the door, and mind you, like, this is an old car. She ain't never drove a car before. Right. And then really, Quill, he ain't never really drove because he been taken from her since he was like a little child or whatever.
Yeah.
So, you know, she over there struggling like, so how do I use this mechanism? How do I turn this around? He was and then he was like, hit that there, it's gonna lock it. She unlocked. She's like, all right, now what I do? Get in the fucking car. I was like, damn.
So that was funny. That was fun. I laughed. So I think that's probably like one of the times like I legit laughed out loud because it was just so unexpected. I was like, oh, okay, Disney. Okay. But that whole Counter Earth thing was that whole section of the movie was really funny. I think a lot of the really good jokes came from that. And also the high evolutionary, like his minions were, one of them was actually kind of scary. I don't know what creature it was. Not the pig. The pig was a little creepy, especially because the voice didn't match the.
No, the voice didn't match nothing. What was going on? It was
like that freaked me out. So yeah, that one was weird too. But there was another one. I don't know if they got in a fight with Groot or Drax, one of them, but it was really creepy. And I'm just wondering, did they kind of have like sort of the same background that Rocket and his friends had? But I guess not.
Oh, like his little I guess little
henchman
thing, whatever. Because he released them, like release them all, like So I think it really. I think every animal android thing there was on the same playing field as Rocket was, whatever, but or machine than animal, or whatever. So, I think they were essentially, the guards of security of the planet and everything like that, or whatever. But it was a little odd time or whatever.
Yeah, because I'm thinking, does he have like some that are like specifically engineered or created to be like the henchmen, and then you have the ones that are like Rocket, which I'm pretty sure he does, because obviously if he's trying to perfect the species, I guess ones that kind of like not completely dumb, those are the ones that he uses to be his minions. And then you have the ones like Rocket who are, exceptionally smart, that he has probably don't put them out there. So yeah, I answered my own question. What did you think about Groot? Because if I'm not jumping too far ahead, I won't say too much about Groot, because he does, like, I was gonna say at the end, he like morphs into another form at the end, in the post-credit scene. It was Rocket, the new Guardians, essentially.
Yeah, he did some type of form. I forgot what it looked like though.
It's like some more brawly, taller, bigger version of himself.
How you thinking of that? I'm gonna talk about Groot real quick.
Okay, that's what we were talking about. Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I like the fact when they did roll up on the evolutionary or whatever. They were telling them that you can't have any weapons, and technically Nebula is a whole weapon or whatever.
Right.
But what you didn't see before then, Star-Lord was giving like all the guns to Groot to hide or whatever, came through or whatever and scanned them, they couldn't see the weapons or whatever or whatnot. And which it threw me off because like I didn't think about it when he gave him guns or whatever. And then when you get to the scene when they're in there, he was like, I told you this is a standoff. And then he all goes, oh shit, I forgot.
That scene was dope.
Yeah, I was like, oh damn, I definitely forgot about that shit or whatever. And then they got up there and like some of the buildings started collapsing or whatever, and then they grabbed that henchman that they needed to get the code for Rocket or whatnot, and they just jumped out the window with him. I'm like, what the hell? Like, I just thought they was gonna rip the thing out and take it and get off. They jumped out the whole window, and the guy was like, hey, don't kill me, blah, blah. I was like, he like, nah, we ain't there yet. And then boom, put him into the ground. I was like, hey, yo.
Yeah, I was about to say that. That was dark. I was kind of like
damn, like you like, don't want to live, like shit.
Like it wasn't gory or anything, but it was still dark. I was surprised that he straight up killed him like that.
Yeah, I was like, jeez.
And then it was so funny because Peter almost was like emotionless, kind of doing it too. It was like he just was like he deliberately
deliberately killed that man. Like I said, a lot of killings, but he deliberately killed that man. He didn't care if he died. I was like, damn,
yeah. I was like, sheesh.
Like he just doing what he was told to do.
Yeah.
But I guess he's like, fuck all that. I need to save my friend. I need to go ahead. You ain't gonna give it up smooth.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Hey, he did what he had to do. I was like, I'm here for it. I thought it was also cool that Groot, because I didn't know Groot could do that. Like he used his branches to like glide and fly. That was cool.
Yeah, definitely cool. So it'd be nice to see him use that, later on, since the Guardians of the Galaxy will still continue and whatnot, just a new team.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, his Groot's, the way they designed him now, I think it was cool for like, because he was giving high school jock, like his form type of look, if it makes sense.
Right.
Because you can tell, because you can still tell he's young. I like the original, and I guess because we don't know how old that Groot was, the one in the first Guardians of the Galaxy. He just looked more comic book accurate to me and more like not so cartoony. Like this one looks a little bit cartoony to me. So I don't know.
Yeah, a little bit, because I didn't expect him to be so brolic or whatever. Because you got
right.
I think in the second one he was nowhere near that brolic.
Oh no,
he was still growing or whatever.
He was a baby, right?
He was a whole baby at that point or whatever. So Yeah. So I mean, you can definitely tell the first one versus this one living two different lives. So this one felt like you need to get bulked up for whatever reason. And
and one thing I thought was a little cringy is when but I did say this to someone else. I went to go see with a girlfriend, and never again what she was like. But what I thought about it, the part where he's like saying, he's been saying I am Groot the whole movie, and then he just like randomly says, I love y'all, or I love you guys, or something.
Yeah.
And at first, me and her was kind of like, okay, whatever. But when I was thinking about, I was like, maybe, because by this time he has to know a little bit of English. Maybe he just felt at
the
answer
gonna blow your mind. The answer about to blow your mind.
Right.
I got the answer for you. It's about to blow your mind.
Okay, go ahead.
So I was thinking the same thing. Right. Like, I was telling my friend, I was like, damn, he finally talking after all this time.
Right.
Cause I looked at it like the Hulk. Like, you ain't never really heard Hulk talk. Hulk was just all business, no talking or whatever. Then when you finally did hear him talk, you was like, what the hell are you talking for?
Right.
So, and I kind of felt the same way with Groot, but how my friend explained it to me, and shout out to Gabby, how my friend explained it to me was, you notice when Gamora couldn't understand him, but everybody else could. So basically, essentially, we have become Guardians at the end of the movie. Essentially, we, the audience, have become Guardians, and now we can understand him.
That's cool.
That was the whole purpose of that. And I was like, that's cap, but all right.
Yeah, I feel like, but like some of these directors be trying to do that. Like, yeah, but the end, you guys essentially, like, I can see that happen. It's a cool thought though. Like, I I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at that. I think that's a cool thought.
Yeah.
I would rather go with that versus him just randomly deciding to just say, and then what made it kind of funny, even more funny, was that I could clearly hear Vin Diesel, but
yeah, he been the voice this whole time, but we never actually heard him speak.
Right, and I was just like, yeah, he sounds. This is Vin Diesel for sure. Like that's all you hear. But yeah, that was like the only cringy thing involving Groot that I heard. I was kind of like, yeah, I don't think I needed that, but
oh man,
yeah. But what did you think about? I think the dog is named Cosmo.
Mm-hmm.
So I
skip past that for sure. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was trying to figure this out. So when did Cosmo come out? Because I don't remember. I think she's a she. I don't remember her in the second one. Did she pop up in the Christmas special? Because
she was in the second.
She was.
She was in the second one, and
it's been so long.
I'm not gonna lie about the first one. I know
I don't think she was in the first one for sure. Because I love that one. I've seen that a million times. But the second one, I'm not too sure.
But I do think she was in Infinity War. And I think at some point when it was at the Collector's building, you seen her. And then you also seen that duck that was a part of
the duck,
whatever. So at some point there, that's where she's introduced. And now she's pretty much been a part of the Guardians of the Galaxy, Yeah, but they definitely gave her more speaking parts, because before then she wasn't doing all this talking. So yeah. So and then too, shout out to the guy that that was right up under Yondu or whatever. Finally,
I was just trying to bring him up.
That damn blade thing, whatever. The whistle.
His Kraglin. Kraglin. Yeah, I liked that they gave. Which honestly, they kind of. He had a minor role in this one, but he still, like, I feel like he came through clutch towards the end, which was cool. I would have liked to kind of see him, before I get to that point. This is a thing I was wondering. Okay, it's been how long since Yondu passed away, and he's still having trouble with this damn arrow or whatever it is? Like, how? You should have been practicing. You should be able to, like, do that with your eyes closed at this point. How are you still,
I have no answer for that.
What you been doing? Like, what you been doing?
I have no answer for that.
Yeah, I was just sitting there like, Guardians came out. The last one came out in like what 2019 maybe? No. I feel like it was earlier than that. Either way, it's been some years. You should have been able to like use that thing like Yondu it by now. You should not be trying to like hold your breath and hope that you. Come on now. There's no excuse.
Right. But I'm just glad he was able to finally use it, because I mean he was that bad. Let's see when it come out. I was trying to pull it up.
Yeah, I'm curious.
So the volume 2 came out in 2017.
Oh no. There's no excuse. Oh no. There's no excuse. I was gonna give him the blip. I thought about giving him the blip. I was like, okay, well, if he blipped out like it, but even though how long has it been since Endgame? Endgame came out in 2020, I think.
Yeah, right before everything happened. Yeah.
Maybe 2019, I think. 2019. I want to say 2019. I think.
I'm just going to use my trusted dad and computers just in case.
Right.
Or 2018.
Oh, yep. See? Yeah. So it's like, bro, it's been a few years.
I think Endgame came out like the year after. Yeah.
Yeah, 2019. So, bro, come on now. Come on, Kraglin.
No excuse.
Right, there's no excuse. I'm just sitting there like, you don't know how to work this thing? But yeah, that was the only thing with him that I was kind of like, okay. Right. But yeah, but how did you think about the whole what do you call it? I don't want to say like fake out. There's another word. Spin or no, twist. That's what it's called. The whole twist with Rocket, because they built it up to kind of like make you feel like Rocket was gonna die. Which once they showed that when they chose to do it early on with the whole we gotta save Rocket thing, I felt like then I was like, I don't think Rocket's gonna die. See, if they had to wait to the end to kind of do like this death thing, then I would have been like, okay, I feel like they're actually gonna kill Rocket off. So when it came time for Rocket, I guess he was like he was about to step into the light. Right. His friend said, "It's not your time yet." I wasn't really shocked. I was like, I don't think they're gonna kill him off way early in. So
no, it's just like you said, it was too much to stretch it out. But then again, they brought it towards the end. They wouldn't have had time to do all that and build up to it or whatever.
Yeah.
So when I saw that, I'm like, all right, well, don't look like he about to die. So is Drax gonna die? And that's when I thought he was supposed to die, early on or whatever. But that didn't happen or whatnot.
Yeah.
No, but go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I'm so happy that, because I feel like I hate when killing characters are kind of overdone and it's done too much. So I was happy that they didn't kill anybody off, because I feel like just because something ends doesn't mean you necessarily have to kill someone off. Me personally, I don't feel like they should have killed Iron Man off. And I'm not just saying that because he's my favorite superhero, but I'm like, did y'all really have to kill him off? Was it a need? Like, I get it, he started it, but I don't think it was necessary to kill the man off. So I was happy that they didn't end up killing Drax or Rocket. And then I also feel like it would have been even sadder for me to see Rocket die, given we seen his backstory and everything that he went through to get to that point. So I'm happy they didn't kill him off. I like the twist, but I could see it coming a mile away, like I said.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And like I said, everything leading up to it, everything, it, like, even though we knew he was gonna be alive, there were some points where I was like, damn, like, I don't know, he might go, because like when they finally had got the code and everything like that, and when they was trying to revive him or whatever, it was looking a little dim. I was like, it was. Y'all got that. Yeah, because Gamora kept talking. She was like, hey man, this need to be moving faster than that. It ain't moving fast enough. And I was like, what the hell? Yeah. Like, y'all went through all this for nothing? Yeah. Like, I thought that was gonna be the next twist. Like, they went through all this for nothing and he still was gonna die. I'm like, yo, come on. Yo,
right. Yeah, but she was like, Peter, he's gone. I was like, I know y'all not finna do all this after I'm on this damn ride with y'all, and that's it. Like, come on now. And then with when he was like, can I come too? I was like, okay, yeah, I see what they're gonna do. She's gonna say, no, it's not your time yet. And then sure enough, they did it. So I thought that was cool. And then, because I don't know. I don't know about you. It's minor, but I didn't get any romance type thing between him and Lila, I think her name is, the otter. But they showed them kind of kiss, I think. But I did read in the comments that they do have like their, I guess, each other's lover or whatever at one point, romantic interest or whatever. But I don't know. I didn't get that in the film and today because it kind of threw me off. I was like, oh, okay. Okay, I don't know.
I'm not gonna necessarily say I got it, but I will say she was the first one that was like, "Hey, it's okay, help you," and blah blah blah. So I mean, I don't know. Yeah. That's all I can say. It happened.
Yeah. Oh, and then another thing, and we're kind of all over the place, but whatever, because I keep remembering things. I saw this movie last week. Forgive me. When it gave me like, when crazy chimps and stuff like be like ripping at people's faces and stuff, like Rocket gave me those vibes when he attacked the High Evolution. I was like, whoa.
He was going off. Like,
he was going
at some point, I was like, nigga, stop. Like,
right. Yo, he had it coming, though. He had it coming. He pushed Rocket to, like, the point where he was just like, bro, you killed my friends. We were this close to get out of here. He lost it. So when he did it, I was like, yeah, get his ass. I was happy. But the fact that they showed, like, his face, I didn't know Rocket did that much damage. He legit took dude's face off. Like,
boy, I was like, because then when you finally see the show, I'm like, damn, he fucked you up, but shit, damn.
Right.
He took your face off.
Right. Like, I knew he did some damage, but damn.
God damn.
Yo, dude had a fake
I kind of wish they would have showed it.
Right. Yo, dude had to make a fake mask and, like, have that shit stretched.
Because, I don't know. I guess I looked at it as this was his skin put on his...
That's what I thought.
Right. But it was a whole mask. I was like, bruh. Damn, he fucked your shit up that bad that you create your face. I was like, damn, I don't never want to get fucked up that bad. You got your own face.
Right. I'm like, damn, raccoons are that rough? Sheesh. Yeah, Rocket fucked him up. I didn't know it was that, but I don't know I forgot what I initially thought, but I think I kind of was thinking with you, I think maybe Rocket did some damage, but maybe, I don't know, he pulled his skin back or something. I don't know what I was thinking.
Yeah. I thought it was like Face Off. Like, I just really thought all this part of his skin came off and he just got it stretched. And, but nah, he just took your shit off and you just, you weren't going for it.
Yeah, took his shit off. But yeah, Rocket's backstory overall was very good. I loved it. I thought it was really sad, but it was really good. And it made me appreciate Rocket, the character, even more. And I just think the part that was really dope to me was when they were trying to find a way to get out, because at that point the High Evolutionary told him straight up, I'm gonna kill you and your friends like tomorrow. And I like that Rocket like just built like a goddamn key card or whatever he did in the damn cage from straps and stuff. Like, that was just so cool to see. And I love that they showed that, because up until that point, like, we know Rocket's smart, but we never actually seen him in action. So that was cool to see.
Yeah, he's very resourceful. Like, there's all the pieces he needed for the car was in his body. So he's pulling one out here, find a scrap on the floor. I'm like, what is you making? So because they foreshadowed the car at the beginning of the movie or whatever. He had it in his hand. I'm like, what is that? And then you get to there and it's like, oh, this is a whole key card that he made so he like get him and his friends out or whatever. I was like, that's wild.
That's wild. Yeah. That was super cool. I'm always like a sucker for like seeing super smart characters being like their element and they just build shit. You kind of like, bro, how?
Right.
But it's funny, that whole scene, I felt like something was gonna happen. Like, even when they had their back towards, I was like, turn around, please. Something's gonna happen, please.
And I was just waiting, like, I was just like the whole time I'm peeking, I'm like, who behind you?
Right, and sure enough, damn Otter's talking, and then I was like, oh yeah, he got her.
Look, I'm gonna tell y'all like this, like, that rabbit shouldn't have got shot. Like, only that rabbit should have got shot. My nigga, you got 12 legs, bro. You got 8.
Yeah, he should have been gone. Right.
Yeah, like, you should have been on the ceiling, but then get shot.
I give you the war risk, because I forgot what kind of situation. He looked like he was in a damn wheelbarrow or something, but he
looked like he was in a wheelchair.
Right, old dude. I give the wars. Maybe he was just too big to move fast enough. But that damn bunnies are fast anyway. He should have been scurried off a long time ago.
Yeah,
a long time ago.
That bunny could definitely got up out of there.
Yeah.
That's one thing I didn't get. Like, everything else I understood. I'm like, all right, the Warriors, you're gonna probably be the first to go. You the biggest one, and you could barely move as it is. Then you got the seal. I'm like, I mean, maybe she could get behind on boy, but I'm like, nah, you got hit too. But then I seen the bunny, I was like, bro, ain't no way. Ain't no way.
And the way they said it was like, okay, so Rocket's standing in front of everybody. He ain't get shot now one time.
He was too be busting off shots. Yeah, so
everybody just caught whatever. I'm just like, come on, man. I guess I just had to give. I guess every backstory has like his tragic moment, and I guess that just had to be Rocket's. But yeah,
the origin story. So
yeah. So yeah, it was really good. I would personally like to see. I wanted to see what was sold, and it could be like the weirdness in me because I actually like seeing not over the top gory gruesomeness, but the way they were talking with, I guess, him like putting plates in Rocket and operating. I would have liked to see kind of more of that, but I doubt we will. But
give us some surgery tapes.
Yeah, some surgery. The lost tapes of Rocket or something turn into a Disney Plus series.
and I will sit and watch.
I would watch it. Yeah, right. I would watch it. They did like more of an in-depth look into like his backstory. I would watch it for real.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, but let's see. As far as the post-credit scenes, I know he was talking about going back to see his dad or whatnot. I mean, his granddad. Yeah, I didn't feel like it. I ain't feel like it with me. I'm like, bro, you been gone this long. And then he even said it. He was like, yo, my granddad gonna be old as fuck. I don't think it's a point for me to go visit him. I'm like, but you did.
Yeah, but you did, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like the ending I'm not gonna lie. I feel like the ending could have been a little bit better. Just because this is like the trilogy and this is the last time we're gonna see that particular group of people as the Guardians. I felt like Mantis her departure was a cop out. I feel like that could have been better. Now all of a sudden she just needs to find herself. Right. I'm like, okay, cool. I get your reasoning. She's like, hey, I've never been essentially by myself. I need to figure out who I am. Cool, but the way they did it, it just kind of was like, Drax and Nebula, I was fine with theirs. To me, theirs made a little bit more sense. Gamora's did too. She's part of the Ravengers now. Cool. Peter, I kind of get his too, but it's kind of like, I'm with you. It's something that just didn't click with me with that whole thing. Like, it is. And then, like, to me, the post credits were pointless. Like, I was texting you or sent you a message in the movie. I was like, hey, how many post credits are? Because like I think the first one was Rocket and the New Avengers, which is, we said earlier, Adam Warlock, Ryla, Groot, and I think that's it. Okay, cool. Then the next one was with Peter and his grandfather eating cereal, and I'm like, y'all could have kept this shit. I don't.
I know Marvel. There's always a reason for everything. That's why I gotta go back and watch and see what I missed because in a way I kind of felt like they were a little pointless too. But I was like, nah.
You think it's something more?
It's something there. I don't know what it is, but it's something there. I don't know. But
maybe I need to pull up one of the nerdy YouTubers that do like the in-depth conversations and Easter eggs. Maybe there is something I was missing because I was just trying, like, he's eating cereal with his grandfather. Like, okay. I don't know.
To be honest, like, how much long do your granddad got left really? So like, what's the purpose? Like, what's gonna happen on after this? So I'm definitely gonna have to go back and review those and see what I missed or whatever because outside of that, we said Nebula, we said Peter going back.
Yeah.
I had something and I lost it. Shit. Yeah, I lost it.
Come back,
but outside of that or whatever, I'm kind of interested. I'm probably not gonna be as excited for the new Guardians, but I mean, I'm still gonna, try to follow them and see what's going on because, based on what I saw, like, it's a possibility Gamora might come back, but not for real. Drax, he out. And, back to Mantis. So full disclosure to people that probably didn't watch the holiday special. Mantis and Peter are brother and sister or whatever. Yeah. So, it's one of those things like you didn't have to see the special, but at least it going into this movie or whatever.
Yeah.
So, but like you said, for her, it did kind of seem like a cop-out. Like, you've been with them all this time. You're not doing bad like you were before or whatever. So what's the purpose you really leaving for real?
Yeah.
And then too, I felt like with you being Peter's half sister, why you ain't go with him so you could meet your other side of your family, essentially. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
but is it him or because it's technically the mom?
Yeah.
So, but I mean, but still, it could have been some. Even though you're not my grandfather, I still kind of feel like your family type thing. So she could have.
She technically got no family, yeah, because she technically ain't got no family outside of Ego and Peter. So it's like, yeah.
So I'm with you on that. It's just that whole Mantis thing. I was kind of like, why? Like, okay, she needs to like all of a sudden find her. So it just felt like a cop out to me. Like, hey, we just got to give her something to do. We need to give her some type of departure. So I didn't really care for it. But yeah, like you said, they're siblings, and I mean they touch on it like, Peter's your brother, go talk to him type shit. But if you didn't see the special, you probably gonna be like, what? Right. But yeah, so yeah, I would have, even with her going with Peter back to Earth, like I would have took that. They could spend more time, being a family and being, brothers, they're brother and sister. Like, why would y'all? Yeah. So.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, but what do you think going into the future? Are you excited for, I guess, this new Guardians? How do you think things are gonna go from now?
So yeah, I mean, I do want to see more of Adam Warlock and see what he can do or whatever. That's definitely that's probably be the biggest thing for me to kind of follow it or whatever. Yeah. And but I will say, as far as Easter eggs go, if you notice, the High Evolutionary was talking shit about the planet they was on, which is called Unknown or whatever. So apparently that's a head of a god. And I think somewhere there that has ties to Eternals as well. I think that's maybe, it'd be interesting to see what they pull out and go from there or whatever, because they didn't say that for no reason. They did that intentionally.
Oh, yeah.
So
for sure.
Interesting to see what's going on with that. But, I mean, outside of that, Guardians of the Galaxy have always been kind of a series where like, okay, cool, like I'm gonna jump aboard this and see what they got going on. So I don't think they're gonna disappoint, but this is James Gunn's last movie with Marvel, so I'll be interested to see what the new vision would be for whoever's gonna take the spot and continue to lead on the Guardians of the Galaxy. So it'd be interesting to see. So that's why I'm at with it.
Yeah, for sure. I'm only excited if they kind of do the balance. That's all I ask for Marvel. I feel like if they know how to do a balance and do more of these darker, because honestly, like we said, I definitely feel like it's one of the better movies thus far as Phase 4, because I feel like even though there was some things they could have did a lot better, overall it was a pretty solid movie. I thought it was a pretty good movie. I feel like, of course, some of the jokes were cringy, but like we said, that's going to come with the Guardians. However, the fact that we saw like some darker deaths and like, what I'm saying, like the more emotional weight, to kind of counter those cringies. I can deal with the cringy jokes because we got, the other stuff. So if they go with that and not make everything such a goddamn joke, I'm here for it. Like I said, I think it'll be a good thing to see Adam Warlock as part of the Guardians. Just don't fuck it up. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't turn him into a complete jerk. Not jerk, but joke.
Yeah, because I mean, a lot of people describe this character as a Ken doll, like a pretty powerful dummy. So
right?
That's what they gave him. Yeah,
it was kind of like they made him into like this, not mindless, but almost like I'm just following orders type thing. Like I don't know who I am type thing. I'm just doing this because I got told to do this. Versus Adam Warlock is very aware. He's very smart. To the point where, like I said, this dude wants to. He got to the point where he was like, I just want to think from a logical standpoint versus right and wrong. So it's like, no, I'm gonna need y'all to like go back to the comics and do your research and come on now, like, come on.
So, I'm gonna throw this in before we get out of here, 'cause I know we about to wrap it up. But the scene where it looked like Quill was about to die, I was like, Hey, yo.
Oh
yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's another twist. I was like, oh, so are they gonna kill Peter off? I thought he was gone. I thought he was gone. I was like, y'all, Peter is gone.
Boy, like, because
when his face swelled up,
I was like, oh yeah, nah, he done.
He's dead. Right. I'm so glad you brought that up, because when they did that, I was like, no. And then when his face swelled up, I was like, yo, it's over. Like, Peter is But then I was like, no. I was like, they taking too long to kind of wrap this up. And then Adam came in. I was like, okay. But then I was like, is his face gonna be okay?
Like you saving him, but you gonna have time to like
y'all gonna have to do some facial surgery or something. Like, he looked crazy. But
like, when they finally pulled in and they landed or whatever, I'm like, his face is still fucked up. Like, even if he ain't dead, I'm pretty sure he gonna want to be.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. I'm so glad you brought this. Yeah, this movie was good for the twists and turns. Like, oh, you think this person and then they don't. Right. So yeah, that was another one. I was like, Peter, the what?
Because to me, I was like, that would be a good twist, because we kept being told like, be Rocket or Drax or whatever. So we like, all right, we just waiting for them to. And you see this, you like, bro, you did all this for your MP3? Fuck, why?
Like, I was like, damn, finally shit caught up with you, man. Like, you finally done fucked up trying to go after this damn MP3. You don't got caught up finally. It's like he continued, like, every single time he goes back for it, he makes it out just in time. And this time,
because then too, I was wondering why he didn't have his mask anymore, because he used to have a mask that he would wear, when they doing the explorations and all that or whatever. And I was like, that would have been perfect time for your mask, and he didn't have it on him.
Yeah.
So then when Adam Warlock did come to save him, I think they intentionally did like the finger point thing, like when he was coming to get him, whatever. I was like, this is like the hand of God painting.
Yeah, right.
What we got going on here?
I think like, it was so dramatic. I was like, can you get him out of here, please? Like, what you doing? Get him out.
Right.
It was just so slow. I'm like, y'all know, okay, if he ain't dead yet, he about to be soon. Like, what's going on?
I'm looking at it like this. I'm like, the way Adam Warlock came in the very first scene in the movie, why are you creeping to get to him? Just go get that man and bring him back.
Right. I'm like, what is the dramatics for? We know you can fly fast as hell. Get him. Like, it was just so over dramatic, of course. I'm just like, bro, why are you moving in slow motion? Like, what you doing?
Right.
Jesus, man. Yeah, I forgot. I'm glad you brought that. That was a good point. I forgot Peter gave us the old fake out.
Right. Boy, fake out as hell. I was like, sheesh.
Right. Yeah.
You had even Gamora over there about shed a tear. I'm like, oh shit.
Right. Mantis over there, Peter, no. I'm like, I know y'all ain't killed Peter. God damn.
And whole time I'm like, oh, so don't nobody want to throw on jetpack. We got all these powers, we got all this stuff in.
I'm like, so now no one can't jump and do anything now, so we just watching it at this point. So y'all ain't finna. No one can help.
Groot tried to do something, but apparently his branches couldn't get out that far. God damn, Groot.
Right. I'm like, now Groot shit breaking off. Yo, like, what is happening? Oh yeah, that pissed me off. I'm like,
yeah. So I guess I'm like, yeah. So y'all just gonna leave my that y'all gonna feel comfortable watching that every morning to see them
right
out there just
right. I'm like, bro, come on now. But yeah, that was the ending. Definitely, it got me. It got me for sure. But overall, it was a solid movie. I thought it was pretty good. Definitely. I'll put that up there as one of the better Marvel movies for sure.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
For sure. I always judge movies off of if I would see it again, and I would see that again.
Oh yeah, and that's something for us out of these seats we had like, to say we would actually go back and see it again. Like, no, I would actually and then if I had to rate it, what did I say last time? I'm still kind of shaky on what I said, but I think I'm gonna give it a decent 7.5.
Yeah, I'll give it a 7.5. I'm with you.
Yeah, I think it's good right there. So yeah, it's definitely something that you will probably pop in to see again or whatever.
Yeah.
I definitely think it was a good conclusion to their trilogy or whatever. So yeah.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Yeah, and like you said, that's rare for us because how many episodes we on damn did of movies and shows, and we're like, yeah, we wouldn't see it again. Like
some of them ain't even make the cut for real.
Right.
Yeah, some of the ones we reviewed, we was like, I mean, I ain't even review this for real, but here we are.
Right. So it's big for us to say, yeah, we would see it again for sure. Yeah. So yeah. So if you haven't seen it, y'all definitely see it. It's definitely worth the watch. If you're a Marvel fan, you won't feel like you wasted your money. I definitely didn't feel like I wasted my money, but yeah, it was good.
And make sure you comfortable, whatever theater you go into. I don't want to be comfortable for this. Like, just sit back and see what's going on or whatever. But yeah, for sure. But yeah, I think that's all I got for it.
We covered a lot. I think that's it.
Yeah, we got a good bit. Yeah, like I said, we told y'all it was gonna be one we really dug into, and it's probably gonna be one of the better episodes of the season. We're gonna see what's going on down the line. But
right. Yeah, I was like, yo, I'm doing my research. I'm coming prepared.
Right.
Yeah. So but like I said, when they first introduced Adam Warlock, I was always interested anyway. So just to know more of him, I'm like, yeah, he's a dope character for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So like I said, I'm gonna keep saying this. I hope they expound on him or whatever, or just I don't know. We'll see what's coming next. Like I said, it'll be a new director. Whatever we do have coming next, it'll be a new director. So hopefully, whoever takes the helm can steer it in the right direction. It'll still be like the same ones we've been used to.
Yeah, so, Mr. Gunn is part of DC now. So
yeah, I think I heard rumors he's gonna try to slide some of his people over there with him.
I heard that too. Yeah.
Man, yeah. I guess if the contract ain't binding, then hey, it is what it is. Yeah.
I like to see Dave Bautista in some DC stuff for sure. I think he has the chops for it. So he's a good actor, so I'm here for it. Especially if he ain't doing Drax no more shit. Come on over to the other side.
We got something for you over there. Come on.
Right, we got something dark for you to play.
Come on now. We get what you want.
Right. Right, man. Yeah. But yeah, I think that's all for me. I think good.
Yeah. Like I said, I was excited to talk about this or whatever. So yeah, I'm good on it and whatnot. But as far as any announcements, I'm not sure what we got next. I know we've been talking about Demon Slayer. We're both pretty caught up on that. But I know outside of that, the next thing that'll be coming up is Spider-Verse.
Soon. Yeah. Like 2 weeks, I think.
Dropping June the 2nd.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then after that we got a couple more things after that. But during the month of June we should just be boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Everything that's coming out or whatnot. And so we getting there, and as always, we hope y'all enjoy this, the episode. Our honest opinion. This is the first. I ain't gonna say the first, but this is the one movie we didn't necessarily just completely shit on. Like, insight. We gave our pros and cons, and hey, we gave y'all a good review. I think.
Yeah, because it was actually a pretty good movie. Let me stop. I'll try to be nice. It's easy to not shit on something when it's not shittable. So I'm saying it is what it is. It is.
New T-shirt coming out easy when it's not.
Right. I'm like, let me try to be nice, but yeah,
for sure.
But So you want to close this out?
Yeah, I'll close it out. Sure. Okay. Yep, but that's all we got. I don't know what episode number this is because
what? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, but you'll see it.
But we in season 2. That's all I remember.
Right, that's where we at. Yeah, so
right
in there. But we definitely hope you enjoyed the episode. Make sure y'all tune in. We will drop this on Sunday. It'll be out Sunday. Y'all get to see it Sunday, and hey, definitely give us your comments. Chat with us or whatever, and like I said, we hope you enjoyed it. Again, I'm your host, K1, and this is your co-host,
Shalon.
And we out of here. Peace.
Woo. All right. you.